Pray. God, thank you for tonight. It is good to wake up and call Manchester home. So we're thankful that you give us the privilege of that. We're thankful for the common good that we have in the police department that provides for our city, for firefighters who keep us safe, for water that is clean and safe. We enjoy things for the safe community that we live in. Not everybody, even in our nation, enjoys that. So we're grateful that we get to call Manchester home, and we're thankful for the ways that you provide through our leaders to help us and continue to enjoy the way of life that we do. So we pray tonight for this board, Mayor and Aldermen, and the other reports that will happen. Pray that you would be honored in all of these things. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderman French. Alderman Anderson.
Here.
Alderman Bellamy.
Here.
Alderman Hobbs. Vice Mayor Messick.
Here.
Alderman Parsley. We have 4 in attendance.
Did I hear a motion for the minutes to the October the 3rd meeting we had, the board meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Motion has been made and seconded, and it is as read. Any corrections or additions to the minutes? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Bellamy.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Messick.
What am I voting on?
The minutes.
Aye.
Alderman Parsley.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Okay. Right now we're going to have correspondence. Okay.
You want me
Yeah.
to? I'm Lori West, Rogers Drive, Manchester, Tennessee. I'm here on behalf of Susan Parsley. She has written a card that she would like for me to give to y'all. As you know, she was diagnosed with cancer in July, and she has been off since then. And people have graciously donated their time for her to be out. So she has written, I appreciate everyone who has donated time to me. I'm so thankful. I've concentrated on getting better so I can get back and see everyone. Y'all are the best, and I love each and every one of y'all. Love, Susan.
I thank everybody for donating the hours. I'm sure Donnie does too. Okay, at this time we're going to have citizens' comments, and before, I'm just going to read this to make sure everybody's on the same page. We have 3 ordinances tonight that are second reading and are open to a public hearing. If you have a comment to make regarding the 3 ordinances, please hold these comments until we get to those ordinances. I ask that you keep your citizens' comments that are relative to the agenda to 2 to 3 minutes and only 1 trip to the podium during citizens' comments. As a board, we are here to listen during the public comments and are not here to answer questions or give opinions. So if we just sit up here when you give a comment, that we're listening. Any citizens' comments? I just ask that you give your name and address.
My name is Kim Childress, and I would like to comment. It's not on the ordinances. I was the race director for the Haunts and Hops 6.4K that we had at Common John's on October 28th. And I just wanted to thank the city for their support. We had a lot of police officers, firemen, the rescue squad was out there. And I just wanted to say how much I appreciated the support, keeping the runners safe. And we also had Manchester tourism involved. So it was a great event. We had 134 runners, 163 signed up, but we hope we have your support next year because we want to do it again in 2024. So just appreciate all the help.
Thank you for what you do too. Any more comments? If not, we'll get into the committees. Okay, safety.
Safety met last time, and we talked about radar sign purchases for the city, and we're bringing that to the board tonight with resolution. Our next meeting will be the 13th of November.
Finance. Let's encourage the directors. Do you want to say something?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't
I think that's what we decided to be good at the directors also waiting.
Oh, for the committees? Oh, okay.
Almost.
So we had a special called meeting that we just had. We're in the midst of changing our meeting schedule for this next year. We're hoping that the Finance Committee could meet after all the other committees, so that if they have anything that affects budget or needs to go through finance, they can come through us, and that way they're not having to wait a whole nother month before going to the board. So we're still working on that calendar, and so we're hoping that that's going to work out.
Thank you. Street Department.
Okay, our next meeting is Thursday at the street department at 5:30. We've been working on the drainage issues around town and working on our common street sidewalk. And our league season is full season. Starting back in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Water and sewer.
We meet on Thursday here at 3 o'clock, and we have a Highway 55 water project, and we are working on Irish Drive on sewer. We did 36 digs last month. We're working with Coffee County government to do some water line extensions out in the county, trying to come up with a list, a priority list. All right.
Rec Department.
I've got a list of them up here.
Last month, October 21st, we hosted our annual Halloween bash with Reese's Jeans. Involved a trunk or treat, cakewalk, and outdoor movie. It was very well attended. Most of the items were free for participants. We had a sponsor for the outdoor movie, so it covered the cost of the movie license. We have our Dusty Elam basketball program that started up. We have 202 participants in that program right now. It'll run through the whole month of November all the way through about the first part of January. We will take some breaks for the holiday seasons. Trees of Christmas is kicking off. That will be December 4th through the 10th. This year we're adding Pictures with Santa on December the 9th from 1 to 3. And then we have the annual Christmas parade on November the 25th. Lineup will start at 5. The Christmas parade will start at 6:30. And we're taking registrations till the 15th of November. Wednesday the 15th, we're going to open the farmers market. It'll be open every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then our next rec commission meeting is this Thursday at noon at the rec center.
And we announced today that Attorney Ewell will be the Grand Marshal of the Christmas parade. Okay, tourism. Since Joey's not here, do we have anybody to share anything?
Our next meeting is next Monday, the 13th, at 6 o'clock, right here in the boardroom.
Thank you. Planning and zoning.
Our meeting is scheduled for November 20th, 5:30 here in the boardroom. It's a short agenda. There'll also be a board zoning and appeals meeting as well, following the planning session.
Thank you. Information system.
Well, our next meeting is scheduled for November 20th at 4:30 p.m.
Historic zoning.
We met this past Thursday, and we did have one COA approval. We did not have a quorum, so the approval is being emailed around to the members for approval. So hopefully that will be approved soon. Sarah Elizabeth presented for the ARC grant earlier, so COA approvals will come from that as well.
Comments from the mayor. I just welcome everybody here. Thank you for coming, and we've got an exciting ending of the night that we get to honor some officers that have retired. So stick around for that. And I just appreciate everybody's here. With that, sorry about getting out of order. I skipped myself. But anyway, are you ready for the
Resolution A, a resolution to approve a contract in the base amount of $74,580 and 3 add alternatives totaling $24,000 with Southern Flooring for the Recreation Center gym floor replacement project sponsored by Alderman Anderson. This was previously bid out, I believe. No, this was not. That's a different one. Go ahead.
Do I hear a motion? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded. The motion is as read for this resolution to approve this money for the gym floor. Any comments from the board?
My understanding in the finance committee that this is the insurance payment to replace this floor, am I correct?
That's correct.
No more comments? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries.
Resolution B, which was mentioned by Chief Sight, actually doesn't have to carry forward by resolution. It was actually approved by committee funding, and it's under the $35,000 threshold. All 6 radar signs came in at $24,000 some odd dollars, I believe. So it's removed from the agenda. Ordinance is A, second reading of an ordinance rezoning property owned by Lloyd Glenn Chapman and Sean Trail on 512 West Taylor Street from R3 to R4, sponsored by Vice Mayor Messick. This is a public hearing.
Mayor, I'd like to take ordinance A, B, and C off the agenda tonight because it's been a habit that we vote as a full board on rezoning issues, and we're not a full board tonight.
Are you making that as a motion?
Well, if I need to, I will.
He does make that as a motion. Make a motion.
So I make that motion to table ordinances A, B, and C.
Do I hear a second on this? Pulling it off the table. Okay, the motion has been made and seconded that we will pull all 3 of these public meeting ordinances rezoning off the table. Any discussion on this? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson.
No.
Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick.
Aye.
Alderman Parsley. Motion fails.
That takes 3 of them off the table.
Motion passes.
I thought you had to have the votes.
That's to pass.
Oh, to table, you can just do majority. Okay. Motion passes.
What does staff do?
Ordinances A, B, and C, the motion passed to table them for further or future reading.
Doesn't take 4 votes.
No, sir, not to pass a motion, only to pass legislation.
Okay.
That's what Robert's Rules of Order says in our charter. D, second reading of an ordinance adopting an unclaimed property policy, adding Title 20, Chapter 4, Section 408 to the Manchester Municipal Code, sponsored by Alderman Hobbs.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on this motion? It is as read. Any discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick.
Aye.
Alderman Parsley.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0.
E, a second reading of an ordinance to add a provision to Title 4, Chapter 2 of the Manchester Municipal Code, to clarify leave policy, sponsored by Mayor Howard.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
A second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Or any discussion from the board? If not, call the roll.
Mayor, what is this exactly?
Well, this is if somebody wants to collect all their time and they want to save it and take a month vacation, that it's just a check. It's a check that the director kind of runs by the mayor. There could be exceptions, like they've never missed a day a whole year, but, somebody decided, I'm going to go take off for a whole month. Any more questions? Comments? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson. Aye. Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries 4-0.
F, a second reading of an ordinance to amend Manchester Municipal Code 9202, exemptions, sponsored by Alderman Hobbs.
Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. It is as stated. Any questions, comments from the board? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson. Aye. Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries 4-0.
G, a second reading of an ordinance adding provisions to Manchester Municipal Code 4603 regarding Manchester Water and Sewer Department Director's vehicle take-home policy, sponsored by Vice Mayor Messick.
Do I hear a motion for the second reading on this?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
The motion has been made and seconded. It is as read. Any comments or questions from the board? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson. Aye. Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries 4-0.
H, a first reading of an ordinance to adopt an updated land use plan, sponsored by Vice Mayor Messick.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Mark, can you explain to me a little bit there?
Brief can. She's on the maps.
So over here, we have the 2015 land use plan and the updated land use plan that was created in 2022. The land use plan is a tool that the Planning Commission uses, and the Planning Commission felt that it was necessary that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen also have that as a tool for rezonings. The land use plan is not a zoning map. It is notional. It is an idea of what the Planning Commission sees for the future of Manchester as far as zonings and land use goes. One of the biggest differences in the 2015 land use plan and the 2022 land use plan is that the 2022 land use plan incorporates the urban growth boundary. We felt that that was necessary because we've had a number of annexations in the last year or two. So incorporating the UGB into that land use plan will help the Planning Commission with those zonings of those annexations. What else do you really want to know about him? How much further do you want me to go on this?
It's for all y'all that have been clamoring for a growth plan. This is the Planning and Zoning Commission's idea of a growth plan for the city of Manchester. It doesn't change any zoning anywhere. If you're zoned R1 now, you're going to be zoned R1 after this passes. If you're zoned commercial now, you're going to be zoned commercial after this passes.
It's just strictly a vision of where the city of Manchester needs to go and how it needs to use the land that is in the city.
The planning commission has already accepted this plan, so we will move forward in utilizing it as a tool via planning commission. If you all do not accept it, the planning commission can still use it as a tool.
That's right.
So whether we vote on whether it passes or not, y'all still use it?
Yes, the planning commission will still use it whether you all pass it or not. But if you all pass it and accept it, for 2 readings, obviously, you all should abide by that plan as well when you hear rezoning.
And the second reading will be a public meeting.
I did get a little public notice happy and advertise this meeting as a public hearing. So this one is actually not the public hearing. The second reading will be the public hearing, and I have actually already advertised that as well. Obviously, that would not happen should you all vote it down tonight.
Did we ever get a second on this or just a
We
motion?
did not.
I'll second.
So now we have discussion. Well, I won't be voting for this. I think that there were some procedural mistakes made when this was worked out to do with open meetings. I think that I don't share the vision that the Planning Commission has for the city as far as the high density and the annexations. And I'm also concerned that we're planning for the UGB and we don't have a planner on staff. And I think the TCA says when we have a regional planning commission and we're planning for the urban growth boundary, we should be including a person with those qualifications in this process. So I'll be voting no.
Any more comments from the board? If not, call roll, please.
Alderman Anderson.
No.
Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick.
I'm going to pass.
Alderman Parsley.
I'm gonna pass also on this. No, I'm gonna vote no on it. Because at the second meeting, I want to explain how it changed. So I'm voting no.
So
Alderman, Vice Mayor
we'll
Messick.
come back to you.
So I'm going to vote no too.
That's what happens when you got the people.
That's true.
Full voters.
Motion fails.
But I'm going to tell you why I'm going to vote no.
That's good.
Because I intend to bring it up in discussion at the next meeting.
It's
And I
first,
vote no to do that.
it's first reading.
And actually, it's the first reading, so there'll be no second reading until it passes the first reading. Vice Mayor Messick, I'm assuming what you're saying is you voted no so that you can be on the winning side of the vote so that you could bring it up for reconsideration.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure everybody understands that. All right.
So I'm not against it. I just want everybody to know that.
I, first reading of an ordinance to revise Title 14, Chapter 12 of the Manchester Municipal Code, Stormwater Ordinance, sponsored by Vice Mayor Messick.
Do I hear a motion on this?
I'll make the motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second?
This motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion on this regarding the Title 14, Chapter 4 of the Municipal Code? If not, call roll, please.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries 4-0.
Lastly, ordinance J, first reading, an ordinance rezoning property owned by Matt and Emily Norman at 1201 Oak Drive from R2 to R3, sponsored by Vice Mayor Messick.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second? Put it on the table.
will say it came from the planning commission with a recommendation, positive recommendation. And I will say that it's pretty crappy to not have the guts to at least vote on it.
I'm gonna second it because I got a question.
That's my main.
Okay, that's good. We'll get it on the table for discussion. Okay, the motion has been made and seconded for rezoning the land owned by Matt and Emily Norman from R2 to R3, came with positive recommendation from planning and zoning. In discussion.
I'll get a question.
I do. The two maps that we got from, I guess it's Coach, you did a good job. Shows, one of them shows R2, and the little X there is what they're wanting to change to R3, that I understand. If you go over to the next map that I got, it looks like this. It has a pink section that runs down both sides of Oak Drive, including this lot, and it says commercial. Can it be two things at once?
So the one that says commercial is a snapshot of this land use plan. Oak Drive was designated as commercial use on the land use plan due to the classification of Oak Drive for future use. However, it is adjacent to medium density residential.
Right.
So the planning commission felt that it still meets the idea of the land use plan that the planning commission has adopted.
Okay, so this pink that I'm looking at here is the land use part of it, not the zone.
Correct.
Good enough, thank you.
But it is, what's the zone now? R?
It's zoned R2.
Okay.
Okay, but R3, of course, is basically kind of.
Yes, so the green is all R2 in your all's packet. That is the zoning map. The pink and orange is the land use plan.
See, that's where I'm confused.
So the pink is,
Everything in that area, R2?
yes, everything in the area is R2.
So this is the first piece of property that would be
Yes,
zoned
sir.
R3?
That's correct.
But it meets qualifications to be zoned R2.
When you look at the land use plan, it is adjacent to a medium density.
Is this a new,
Yes,
new land use?
when the planning commission looked at the new land use plan, it is adjacent to a medium density residential, which is what R3 is. And the planning commission felt with that adjacent classification or adjacent location to the medium density residential, that it still followed the land use plan.
See, that's where I'm totally confused right there. Because all the area right there is R2. And now we're changing it to R3. This would be the first piece that we changed in the whole area.
R2 or commercial.
But then across the street, we've got commercial.
On the land use plan. The land use plan.
Land use plan shows commercial.
The land use plan does show a significant amount of commercial because of the classification, the future classification of Oak Drive.
Does the work already been done?
On what?
This piece of property?
There's an existing dwelling on the parcel.
Pardon?
There's an existing dwelling on the parcel.
Someone living there, I think somebody's already lived.
To my knowledge, it's a rental home.
So basically what they want to do is take that lot, zone it R3, which gives them.
The idea behind the rezoning for R3 is that the reduction of lot size. And with the reduction of lot size, they can divide the current parcel into 2 parcels and build another dwelling on the second vacant parcel.
The property hadn't even been subdivided yet.
They can't subdivide it unless it has the R3 zoning classification. This is the first step for them.
Okay, but there's already a duplex on it now.
There's not a duplex, it's a single-family dwelling.
There's a house on it.
There's a house, but there's 2 drives in it.
They have dual road frontage, so they're allowed to have 2 driveways, but it's a single-family dwelling.
Any more comments?
Confusing, this is almost getting
You're welcome to come see me anytime, and I'll do my best to explain the land use plan to you.
but it's almost like the work's been done on the duplex, but it's not even done.
So there's not a duplex. The idea behind their rezoning is, with their
So they're gonna
rezoning,
split that lot.
yes,
Backside.
if they are rezoned, their lot size is smaller than what it is in an R2. They could then subdivide.
Yes, I know it's a house now,
So they're gonna split that lot
but
in
it's
half.
been set up to be, they're gonna set that, they're gonna do what?
They're gonna split that lot in half. They're asking us to let them split that lot in half, so that his house will be on one lot, and another house will be on another.
Another duplex.
Well, I don't know.
They're asking the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for a rezoning, and then should the rezoning pass for 2 readings, they will then do a preliminary final plat and ask the planning commission for approval of the preliminary final plat of
This
2
one
lots.
needs to be considered if it hadn't been for that new land use.
That's true. So in the old land use plan shows commercial along Oak Drive and low density residential behind that.
And they do know that changing from one flow to expanding the flow, that would,
Yes, they're aware
we cannot,
of, they're aware of the sewer issues.
and they do know that if they invest it and start moving towards it, that it could be a holdup.
Yes, they could get a preliminary final plat approved and have a vacant parcel and pay taxes on a vacant parcel for 3 to 5, 20 years. Just because they get it subdivided doesn't mean they have to build a house.
And this rezone, are they, at this time? Any more questions or comments?
But we're, Brittany on Oak Drive right there, where is the closest R3 of that street?
The closest R3 would be along Hills Chapel. So it would actually be at the other end of Oak Drive.
It's Keynes.
Any more comments or questions? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson.
No.
Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley.
No.
Motion fails.
Okay, any old business? Okay, moving into new business, we have part-time pay rate scale preparation staff, rec center staff. The pay scale attached was approved by the Rec Commission and Finance Commission. Finance Commission committee voted to increase the budget to part-time wages by $70,000 for the 2023-24 fiscal year. Question, we have to do a budget amendment to,
So is that what we need, motion to do a budget amendment?
Do we need more? What we need to do?
It's been passed by finance and commission, but there'll have to be a budget amendment to push it through.
But we would like for the board to vote on the part-time pay scale so that we have documentation in our office on why people are being paid what they are being paid.
Any questions or comments?
They're gonna use $70,000 in 6 months.
Yeah, I think the request, Bob, was for 137,000. Am I right, AJ?
Yes.
And you worked it down and figured what it would take to get them to the 6 months. And at that point there, the finance committee said next year they would come back. They would have to come back to us and either create a new source of revenue to get that money up, or it would be there. So this is to get into this year.
That's what I was wondering, if they needed 70,000 for the first 6 months of the, or last 6 months of the budget.
And that's too, because you're losing employees to Chick-fil-A and their rates.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe finance also said next budget year to add 105,000 on our budget for part-time wages to keep this pay scale.
Correct. You're right, AJ. But we also talked about the
Yes.
additional revenue.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, we need to seek other funding sources to help offset, yes.
So they got people that pay $8 an hour to work. Nobody's gonna work for $8. I mean, you can't keep health freight. You can't get any health freight. 13's not, you're not gonna be able to retire on that.
So does anybody want to put that on the table as a motion that we're going to approve this 70,000?
I'll do it, Michelle. I'll second.
Any more discussion what this is for? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Bellamy.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries.
And we're going to turn this over to the police department, Adam, Bill.
Okay, I just want to say I'm very proud to be able to come before the board tonight, Mayor, and the citizens of Manchester, as your police chief in honor of some former officers, 3 former officers that we have tonight to present in honors. So on behalf, if I may speak, on the board, Mayor, Aldermen, and the Manchester Police Department, I want to recognize 3 officers tonight who have recently retired from the Manchester Police Department. 2 of the officers have served the Manchester Police Department for over 20 years of service. Captain Dwight Vandergriff, 44 years of service, and Sergeant Debbie Guthrie, 39 years of service. By virtue of the 20 or more years of dedicated service, upon their retirement from the Manchester Police Department, both are entitled to be presented their badges, insignias, and service weapons pursuant to Manchester Police Department General Order 214, established by city ordinance. So with that said, I'd like to ask Dwight Vandergriff and Debbie Guthrie to come forward, please. Captain Vandergriff began his career with the Manchester Police Department on October 16, 1979. He advanced through his 44 years of service, earning the rank of captain. Dwight's dedication, professionalism, and selfless service to the Manchester Police Department and our community is second to none. So tonight it gives me great pleasure to present to Captain Dwight Vandergriff a small token of our appreciation for his 44 years of service with the Manchester Police Department. And also honoring tonight is Sergeant Debbie Guffey, who began her career at the Manchester Police Department on May the 18th, 1984. She advanced through her 39 years of service with the rank of sergeant. Debbie has long served on Captain Vanderger's shift as his second in command. Debbie is an officer who has devoted herself to call of duty, serving the Manchester Police Department and the citizens of Manchester in a positive and professional manner throughout her career. So once again, I'm pleased to present this service award to Sergeant Debbie Guffey for her 39 years of loyal service to the Manchester Police Department and to the citizens of Manchester.
And Bill was my training officer. It's his fault. Very nice. It's the same as Dwight's, only mine's surgery. You want some money? I love that. I would sure. Thank y'all.
My notes say to ask Sergeant Garza up at this time, so since he's up here, I can skip that part. But anyway, Sergeant Garza began his career with the Manchester Police Department on January the 8th of 2007 until June the 20th of 2008, at which time he left for a short while and relocated to Texas to take care of a ill family member. Sergeant Garza returned to the Manchester Police Department on July the 19th, 2010, and served up to his retirement date of October the 30th, 2023. He advanced through his 13-plus years of service, earning the rank of sergeant. Sergeant Garza has been a great asset to the department and to the citizens of Manchester. His ability to fluently speak Spanish and to assist our Hispanic community in Manchester has long been greatly appreciated. His loyalty and dedication to the Manchester Police Department and to the citizens of Manchester will be greatly missed. I'm pleased to present to Sergeant Alberto Garza his badge, insignias, and nameplate for his service to our community and the Manchester Police Department. Additionally, I would like to present to Sergeant Garza a plaque from the Manchester Police Department, also recognizing his service with the department. In honor of Sergeant Garza's 13-plus years of service, our plaque reads, "A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes one by the quality of his actions and the integrity of his intent." The men and women in our blue family of MPD would like to thank you and wish you the best in your retirement journey. May the years of your retirement be rich, rewarding, and kind, and may there be no limit to the happiness you find. Thank you, Sergeant Garza, retired October 30th, 2023. Okay, that concludes our presentation. Thank you so much.
Amigo.
Thank you, Chief.
Friend. Nice to meet you today. Come on.
Thank you.
gonna grab you to the neck, because you knocked me every.
At this time, we're going to adjourn the meeting, and then we'll return. Do I hear a motion to adjourn this meeting so we can go to the beer board? Do I hear a second to adjourn? We have a motion and a second. Any comments? If not, call the roll, please.
Alderman Anderson. Aye. Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman
Come on.
Alderman Parsley. Motion carries 3-1.
Okay, we're getting ready to go into the beer board, and I'll say Manchester Police Department did a good job picking out those gifts. Presentations, thank y'all.
So you have a beer permit in front of you for the prior business, Kubo Grill. There's a new business opening there, Kami Sushi and Asian Restaurant. The location previously had a beer permit. This location and both applicants meet all the requirements for a beer permit.
Do I hear a motion to approve? Do I hear a second on it?
A second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this new license. Any questions or comments?
I'd like to ask the attorney one question, and then I'm gonna quit asking this once I get this answer. Can you have two names on the same piece of property?
Let me show you the box. Let me show you the box. Oh, yeah.
If you say we can, I'm for it. Let her rip. Yeah, absolutely.
It's been, the motion has been made and seconded to approve. You call roll, please.
Alderman Anderson. Aye. Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries 4-0.
Any comments from the board? Anderson? Chairman?
I just think they're all wonderful.
Any comments?
Hey, I know every department does great, all right? But it's been a long time. I've been doing this for nearly 6 years. It's been a long time since somebody called me and bragged on somebody. We called and bragged on George and the street. Said that they've been 6 years trying to get their ditch cleaned out. And everything done right there says the man called. They were tickled to death, so congratulations. And the rest of y'all do the same. I know you do. I understand. I got that. I thought that was something to pass on.
And I should have done this in the board meeting, just an update on the sidewalks on Hills Chapel. I've made contact with 4 of the 5 groups, and I believe that we're going to have 7 of those. There's just one person that still has not reached back out to me for sending a letter. Probably need to brainstorm on what to do next before we actually have to. And I'll bring up the pictures at the street committee meeting.
Well, it's good to see Brian Pennington in the house again. And we appreciate, just looking at all those officers standing back. You guys are very much appreciated in every director. And God bless you, and do I have a motion to adjourn? Do I have a second? To adjourn.
I'm gonna stay here and you got dinner.
Pardon?
I'm gonna stay here and you brought dinner in.
Call roll, please.
Alderman Anderson. Aye. Alderman Bellamy. Vice Mayor Messick. Alderman Parsley. Motion carries.
Thanks. We need everyone to stay. They sign all those sheets.